There are two primary ways in which we can customize MMPI-2-RF computer-generated reports. One is through use of comparison groups. We have a broad range of comparison groups. They're described in the technical manual for the inventory, representing different settings where the test is in use, including various mental health settings, inpatient, outpatient, VA hospitals, as well as various medical settings, pre-surgical candidates for bariatric surgery, spine surgery, chronic pain setting as well. We also have some forensic settings, criminal defendants, disability claimants, neuropsych evaluees, and we also have a very large prison comparison group, as well as some personnel screening comparison groups. So when you print the results for a test taker, you can print just the scale scores, or you can add any of our available comparison groups. In fact, you can even create what we call a custom comparison group, where you take information or data on cases that you've seen or that you've accumulated and create your own comparison group and see how a test taker's scores compare with that comparison group that you created or any of our available standard comparison groups. It just gives us another perspective, not only how does this individual function in reference to our normative sample, which is reflected in their T-scores, but also how they compare with others tested in a similar setting or under similar circumstances. We also have some options for customizing the item level information that you receive from a report. By default, if a test taker produces a clinically elevated scores on one of 7 scales that we've deemed have critical content, then the items that generated that elevation will be printed under the critical responses heading in the report. But sometimes you may be interested in getting item level information for scales other than the 7 that we've designated, or using lower than the clinical cutoff. For example, if you're working in a public safety setting and doing a pre-employment evaluation, we interpret scores below 65 as having significance in those assessments. So being able to customize and determine for any single report what information you'd like to obtain is one of the strengths and flexibility that you find in the scoring software for the MMPI-2-RF.